With statistics increasing for children under 10 needing glasses, leading optical neuroscientist Greg Fairminer has changed the world with his amazing discovery, Specimen 4108.
The treatment has a 99.4% success rate, which is a major breakthrough for optical deterioration. Children are asked to bathe their face in soup for 5 minutes before bed and leave 2 full-length hot dogs underneath their pillow before they go to sleep.
The results have been amazing for our little Archie. Archie was born needing glasses, and now after 3 months of this treatment, he's gone down 3 lens strengths. And Archie, he really enjoys the oxtail.
When our Penny was born, she was born with 4% vision. Now with this treatment, she's got 96% of her vision back. It's unbelievable. The hot dogs are a great snack in the morning, and she just really loves cream of onion smashed all over her face.
If you or a family member are suffering with vision problems, please get in touch.
My lady, you should know that my love for you has no boundaries. I have walked the scorched deserts, I have sailed the raging seas, and I have fought great beasts just to meet your gaze on this day. Since I am here now, before you, I must be allowed to unveil my heart. My lady, grant me passage. Allow me to place myself within thee. Let me slide my fleshy blade deep and scatter my milky seed within the mystery that lies behind the silk gates of your feathered chalice. When I am done, I shall drink the wine from your breasts and sleep by your side forevermore.
Right, welcome to episode 13 of the Adam and Norm podcast, sponsored by Beef Lasagna.
Oh, I bloody love beef lasagna.
I love mince.
I was gonna say maybe we need to change the name of the podcast to Adam, Norm, and Adam's beard, because your beard's getting kind of beefy now. Like
it is, isn't it? I'm not gonna stop growing it until we're allowed out again.
Well, you're gonna end up looking like.
Are you doing that with your afro?
Yeah, I'm just growing it up. I've cut the sides.
You know who you look like? You know Kid and Play?
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
You look like Kid. As a kid.
On a kid and gonna go. They did a cartoon of them. Can you remember the cartoon of Kid and Play?
No.
Well, there was a cartoon.
Did I remember it? I think I might have done. Don't know.
There was actually a cartoon as well of MC Hammer. Hammer Time.
I remember that.
What the fuck, man? Can you imagine that meeting? Whatever, like, animation studio it was, and they were like, we need an idea. Who can we do a cartoon about? We've got He-Man. We've got Transformers. Oh, I know. We'll do one about MC Hammer. What we're going to do every episode about? I don't know. Fucking anything we can think of. We'll just have him, like, just walking around the corner or something like that for a whole half an hour. And that'll be, like, an episode.
Did he have magical pants?
I think he had magical shoes that could speak.
Oh, right.
That's what they ended up doing with it. Magical shoes that could speak. So, yeah, there you go. MC Hammer cartoon. So that's how I like to open up a podcast.
Speak with MC Hammer straight away.
So how you been, Adam? Are you been alright?
I am alright. Today I've just been sitting in the garden all day. Just
nice one.
I don't know. Just, you know, when you have children and you sit there and they're either just asking you to play with them, or they're like describing to you how they're like a fucking audio description on a fucking deaf program. Like, they just won't leave us alone. And then when they are playing by themselves, they're like, Dad, what's this? I'm going to walk in here. I'm going to do this, Dad. And you know, when you just want to sit for 5 minutes without anybody speaking to you. And I've just been like, so just being a bit wild today. It's dead chilled.
It is fucking, it's hard work, like, isn't it?
They've got, like, trampoline slides. I've been throwing the ball with them, everything. And then you just sit down for 5 minutes. I've made myself a nice little sun trap in the corner of the garden. And they're just coming over, all they're going, watch me bounce on the trampoline. Look how many times I can do it. Dad, seen this? Dad, reckon if I throw a teddy on here, I'd reckon you go on the washing line. Dad, you ever done this? Dad, you ever used a hoop? Dad, you ever brushed leaves away? And I'm like, shut up, man.
That just sounds like that's what it's like in ours as well. Like this morning we got up and we were trying to like do like exercise outside. We're like, right, come on, we're gonna get fit. We're gonna get a good vibe going today. So we'll get up and do exercise. And it's just like doing any kind of exercise in the garden with a kid around is just nearly impossible because they're throwing like basketballs off your head and stuff like that. And just like you're just like, right, just get away from us. I'm trying to like do push-ups or something like that. And they're just like, oh, and they're like going under your belly and like crawling underneath you and that. And you're just like, oh, what the fuck? You do get a bit irritated, like, and then you start like jabbing at them quickly, and that just like,
yeah, man, I'm gonna knock you out, like.
But you do like think, oh fucking hell, like you can't even just do a little bit of exercise. It's got to be like you can't do now really with kids. But that's what it's all about. It keeps it interesting.
I've started being that person, which I used to be, but I'd been giving up on coffee and stuff like that. I've started like having coffees every day because it needs to like inject it with some sort of caffeine boost.
Aye.
It's just one of those things, and I'm just like, I have a cup of tea in the morning, I get up, and then about at least an hour later, I'm like, coffee. I need coffee.
I get through some tea.
Are you not like that?
No, I drink loads of tea. Not so much coffee, just drinking tea. Probably about 4 or 5 cups in the morning, like easily, like before 12 o'clock. Easily.
Oh yeah, we're the same way. Do you get bored and just go, make
a cup of tea?
Make a cup of tea, aye, for no reason.
Oh, aye, definitely. It adds structure to my day.
Do you boil the kettle and then sometimes leave it and then just do something else and forget about it and go, oh, I forgot to have that one, and then boil again? I'm constantly boiling the kettle, just watching like 50p's go up on my meter. Well, not on a meter, but you know, like them smart things, you get energy things.
It's funny actually you should say that, because I actually sometimes find myself boiling the kettle when I've actually got a cup of tea. Because I'm so addicted to making tea. I just like get up and we'll see the kettle and I just have to press the button and boil it, and I'm just like, I'm just totally burning my own money here.
It is.
Next level irritating. Sometimes I'll boil the kettle when I've already got a cup of tea, and I'll actually top the kettle up so it boils more water.
Yeah.
So rather than just boil the water that's in there, I think, oh, there's not enough water in there. I better boil a bit more because I might need more than one cup, even though I've totally got a cup of tea, and so I'll go over, fill the kettle up with water, put it down, boil it, and then have a drink of the tea I've already got.
Do you ever leave your tea for all ages because you've got kids and you get distracted and then it's gone cold, so then I just boil the kettle again and then pour more hot water into it just to warm it up?
I would never do that. Like I'd never have a brew that's just had a top up. I cannot be doing that. Even when I've finished a cup of tea, I have to clean the cup before I can drink it.
I do that. I
drink out of a cup that's been
contaminated.
You've got to get it out, haven't you? It's got to be fresh.
Yeah, I think that's an 80s thing, though, is it not? Because you remember when in the 80s when you used to have tea bags and the tea leaves used to leak into your cup, and you used to drink it, and at the end you used to have tea leaves at the bottom. I always leave a little bit of tea at the bottom of my cup out of absolute habit from the 80s.
Aye, definitely. That's probably what it is. I actually did something the other day as well on the subject of tea. And you know, like, as you get older, you don't, like, hurt yourself as much.
What?
Because you're a bit more wiser.
Oh, right, aye.
You don't do things like slit your fingers open with knives or, like, fucking... cut your fingers on, like, a fucking tin can or something stupid like that because you're a bit more wise. And when you're younger, you're just stupid and you're just, like, constantly hurting yourself.
Yep.
Well, I did something the other day that I haven't done for ages. And that was, I dropped a bit of biscuit in my cup of tea. I dipped, and then I lifted it out, and then I was chatting, and then it just fell off, and I was like, oh, and I actually thought the last time I did that, I think it was like 94, something like that. I was gutted. And I
did you drink it?
I forgot about it. I kept drinking my tea, and then my son was like, Dad, what did you do with that bit of biscuit that fell in your tea? And I was like, oh, I think I drank it.
Oh, because isn't it like you've got like a slug in it or something when you forget about it and then you start drinking it and then it touches your lips and you're like, oh, what's that?
Well, the thing is I just like necked the last part of it because I had to go and do something, so I think it just like slithered down my throat without us even like realising it was there. But yeah, so... But that's life when you're close to 40. You should know, like,
That's
both
it.
were nearly 40, so
you're
definitely... You actually look more 40 now. I'm regressing with me kid and play looks.
Well, because I got the beard, I think it makes us look younger.
A beard? Do you think?
Oh, wait, aye.
It makes Santa look younger.
Do you know how I look like? One of the bushwhackers.
You actually fucking do.
In fact, were the bushwhackers mental?
Either way.
Were the mental patients? Did they ever speak on... I can never remember. I can remember them just like going to the, what do you call it, wrestling arena, just like moving their arms up and down like this, going, doing like stroke faces. And then they used to just get beaten and then walk straight out.
Licking each other's heads.
Oh, they used to lick each other's face.
Oh, fucking mental them. Weren't they like married to the same person or something like that?
I don't know.
Like their own mother or something.
Can anyone actually tell where though? What the bushwhackers were? What were they? They just had military gear on and were nuts. Were they from Vietnam or something and they've gone out of the top?
What, inbreds? They were like southern kind of inbreds who love guns.
Like Joe Exotic.
Yeah. So they were basically like Joe Exotic. I can actually remember getting wrestling cards.
They were one of the best things ever. The blue ones.
They were. I remember like fucking going nuts, like getting those things. Like me Nana would come and see us, and I would be like, "You all right, Nana? Gives a quid." She'll be like, "Hi, you all right?" And I'd go, "Gives a pund." And then I would just be like, "See you later," and I'd be like, "Total run to the shop," and I would get like 5 packs. Imagine how many packs of cards you get now for a quid. You'd get now. The guy behind the guy in the shop would just go, "Fuck off, mate. What you think you can do with a quid in ya? Are you kidding?" Collecting things, like some things I can see the point in collecting, but others, like some people collect stuff and they're just like, they get it and they just never ever look at it again, like collecting cards.
I don't know, it just feels sort of some type of accomplishment. I did it with a football book, and like it was not sticking the stickers in, it was actually one where you put the cards, like they got like with little slits, and you put the card corners in it, and that like a football book for the World Cup. And I completed that, and I thought it was mint, and I put it all, me and Austin completed it together, and then I just put it away, and I never ever look at it, but I just felt like, oh, that's class, that, like. But you're right, I'll never ever get it out.
I tell you what I think would be a mint thing, card collection, that I absolutely would treasure and keep. Porn cards. Imagine having a collection of those, like a book of those, and getting them out and just like, lads, come round, I'm going to get the porn card collection out. Just flicking through the pages.
You got a swapsy on the double-ended dick wank.
Well, I remember one particular set of porn cards that I had in my collection at one time. And in it, there was a woman, right? And she had a man's dick, and she had it in a hot dog bun, and she was eating it. And I was like, that's quite a kind of niche one, isn't it? When you think about it, like it's a bit like kind of like you could do like food categories, so you could have like ones where like women have like got like hot dogs in there in the buns, or they've got like kebabs, and you can have loads of them. It's like, oh, this is me like food outlet collection. Like I've got like
what is that when she's going licking another lass out with a kebab? You just put 2 pitters on the other side of it.
Aye, so I thought that would be quite a good collection, me, like to have like a set of porn cards and have them categorised by like, these are the ones where like they're kind of like eating, and these are the ones where they're, I don't know, squirting or something like that. Actually, I'm sure on one of the lads' holidays that we went on, in one of the lads' rooms, they just had like an actual wank station set up. And what they had is it had someone told me this, that I can't remember whose room it was, but they went in and they were like, oh, can I go in the toilet? And they were like, I just gone in. And on the sink, they had like porn cards all set up, like the best ones out the deck, all set up on the sink, just basically ready for like to go in and like kind of do the deed. And they like took turns like, oh, hurry up, man, because I want to go in and I want to have one.
That is a true story.
Yeah, that is an absolutely true story.
I'll tell you another true story about, remember that time we went on Chrysando's stag do, and Will woke up in a nightclub with a dog licking his face. And then he got up, he woke up and was like, oh. It was in the morning, and then he started walking, and someone had tied his shoelaces together. And then, do you not remember being at the hotel and he just got dropped off, and he had all his clothes on, and he got dropped off by like a bloke in a tractor?
That's fucking class. Well, Adam, I've got some questions. So we'll do some questions. The first one is from Steve O'Brien.
Steve O'Brien.
And he says, would you rather have fannies for eyes or dicks for noses?
Ooh.
What would you rather have?
Fannies for eyes, I think.
Fannies for eyes?
Aye, just because I think they look a bit more pleasant, don't they? Like, would they still have...
Not when they're in place of your eyes.
Aye, but they'd obviously open up to see your eyeballs, wouldn't it? You could still see out of it, can't you? Would it be like a hairy one, or would it be like put a backy fanny and just hang it over your eyes? Oh man, I want to go outside and roll a joint. 2 seconds, I'll just rip some off my eyeballs. Yeah, man, get this in.
Obviously, you know, men enjoy the sight of a fanny, but seeing them on like a grown man's face who's got a beard.
Oh, but imagine having a cock as a nose and it just fell down and lands in your mouth. Whoa.
Fucking hell. Oh, I was just thinking there, if you had a runny nose, you'd have like a runny cock.
Oh, what's wrong with him? Like, oh, he's got cocky snots.
That would be disgusting. The thing is, though, you could break this down into like, would you rather be blind, or can you actually see out of the fannies?
Well, that's what I mean. If it was out, if you could see, I definitely would choose the fannies.
Yeah, so you can still see. So the fannies open up and there's an eyeball in there. Fuck off. That would be scary. That would put you off having like sex and that. you'd just be like, what the fuck? Can you imagine that? Just seeing that
Aye, but
sight,
if you wanted
like,
to see further, you could just rub rings around them and just widen them. Yeah, man, your eyes have got to put a wide on.
I kind of deal with that. Like, I can't deal with the image of like a fanny open with an eye in it. That in itself is just like something off Hellraiser or something like that. He's got a second part of his question.
Oh.
And he said, have you ever pinched anything from a shop? If so, what's the best thing? Well, of course, I've pinched stuff before.
I haven't kind of mentioned anything now. My dad's listening to the podcast now, like, so that's absolutely class.
Is he?
Like, so he's probably disgraced with myself. Nah, I've never pinched anything ever in my life.
Have you not?
Aye, of course I have.
Everyone's pinched something, man. If you haven't pinched something, you haven't lived.
I've never pinched anything since about 1992 or something.
Oh, aye. It's been a while since I've pinched out.
I think I only did it and just went, all right, not done that. Like, I used to like shove a Mr. 10p, Mr. Chew up me sleeve when I was in the chemist or something after school, randomly.
One time I pinched a snooker instruction manual out of a snooker table from Bob Mills. Why? Because I was getting into snooker and I was like...
Fuck off. You're getting I'm thinking about getting a manual for that. Like, I'm going to go at it. Like, I bet it was one of them shitty snooker tables where it's dead small, was it?
It was quite a decent size. They were like stacked up at the back of Bottom Mills. I mean, I must have only been about 10 or 11. And I found the sheet of paper and I got out and I was like, oh, the snooker instructions. But I could barely fucking read either. So I don't know what I was thinking. But I got it was the rules of snooker and I thought, oh, I'll get them. I'll learn all about snooker and I'll totally know how to play snooker. So that was stupid. And the other thing I pinched, which was a bit later on, and I was a teenager at this point, is, can you remember Blaze in Man I Walks?
Uh-huh.
I pinched Robbie Williams' first single from Blaze.
Oh, get in. You love Robbie Williams as well.
I fucking hate the bloke. I cannot stand Robbie Williams at all.
I remember Gaz, he got really into nicking, and it was quite fun. It was funny. One Saturday he said, oh, do you want to go to the shops with me? And I was like, all right, neighbour. That's who went into Man I Walks, and your Blockbuster Video used to be there.
Hi.
He just walked in there and just took a nice... No one was at the counter, no one was in, there was to be in the back. He just walked in and just opened the fridge, got a Haagen-Dazs out and just walked out with it. And I was just like, what? He went, how are we going? And then he went, you know, Robbie's, what he used to do, hello, Robbie's. What he used to do all the hardware stuff. He went into there and went, yeah, man, we're going to spray paint when we get out of here. Came out, nicked the can of spray paint, walked out. We got to a fence and he went, check this out. And he had bought, like, he got varnish or something like that. He fucking varnish.
He stole a can of lacquer.
So he went back and nicked a can of spray paint.
Fuck off. He went back in, he was like, sorry, I've pinched the wrong thing. Can I just put this back and take a different one?
Once I went to Parklands and, you know, the golf place in the thingy, and you can rent clubs out for the pitch and putt. And I went, oh, Gaz, funny, thief. Must be Gaz, just must have that thief thing in him. And then he had brought his and that, and I'd only brought a driver. I had to go on the range. So I went, let's go on the pitch and putt. So I rented out a putter or a pitch and wedge, I can't remember, or both for £1.50, and then I just took them, yeah.
Shut up, man. That's pretty rock star.
Mm-hmm. But if anyone's listening who is from there and is going to get us done, I didn't really.
There you go. You've heard it. It's a true confession on the Adam and Norm podcast. The next question I've got is a little bit of a it's a bit of a sentimental one actually, and it's from Ben Dixon.
Ben Dixon.
He said, "What's your favourite memory together?"
Oh, that's so special. I remember one time me and Norman were in the bath together in the Grand. Where he got married. His wife was supposed to be in there. But I'd filled it up with bubbles. He didn't know about it. And I said, look, I've got a present for you upstairs. Leave your wife down here talking to the guests and we go upstairs. And I just came out of the bath with a ring around my bell end.
Aye, that was it. That was probably my favourite one as well, where Adam came out with a ring around his bell end. It was
magical,
impressive, like. And the best thing was he did this weird thing where he kind of like tensed, and then his bell end shrunk down. The ring just popped off,
and it landed on his finger, like Lord of the Rings on Gollum.
And I said, if that's not romantic, then I don't know what is. That was a pretty good memory.
I remember one. Do you remember? This is not a special memory, but do you remember that time when we went to Andy Wright's? We used to have house parties at his all the time, his mum and dad's, and I drank that bottle of Southern Comfort and I went upstairs and I just went, oh, I feel a little bit sick. And I went, oh, it's not like me. I puked into the toilet and was like, oh, there we're gone. And I opened the toilet door and you were just standing there in front of us like that. And I went, you all right? And I talked on your face and you went, oh, your breath smells nice. And I went, I've just been sick.
You can totally remember it.
It smelled fruity.
Totally did it. I think the fruitiness. And I was like, fucking hell, that smells nice. I thought, what are you drinking? You were like, oh, I've just been sick.
Yeah.
That was that is a good memory. Actually, I used to love Annie Wright's house parties.
They were awesome.
They were so good then.
What about that time when we had the video camera out and Andy went, well, we need to get some drink. So they went out in the car and they all shift off to go and get some drink from the newsagents. And me and you went into his airing cupboard or something like that and he got all his dad's training gear on for his bikes. We just got a video camera out and started shooting. We're playing a music video and then took it all off and put it back and went, that'll be fun when his mum and dad see that.
That was class.
I wonder if they ever did.
The other did. I can remember Annie Wright's dad saying to me, he went, I found your music video. He went, I was fucking in stitches. I think it was like on like a Christmas videotape or something where it was like, oh, let's rewatch Christmas from last year. And then we just turned up with like lycra on with guitars and drums and stuff. It was fucking class. That they were like some good days.
There's been quite a few though, barbecues and all that and stuff and just the Buzzcocks videos and they're funny.
Editing the Buzzcocks videos were just the funniest. I remember sitting in your mum and dad's house in the spare room and editing them and just laughing so much. Well, like when we're doing the lessons in life and just what the one where we did. I think it was the fight school one we did in your mum and dad's garage. Just watching that when we edited the bit where we're like hitting the punch bag with a golf club and that, and we're just crying, laughing at it. It was so funny. And I remember like saying to you, oh, what could Trekker have in his pocket? And you were like, my mum's got some sausage rolls. I was like, get the fucking sausage rolls. You would totally put them in your pocket.
What, got a sausage roll here?
Aye, that was good crack as well. So there's loads of good memories. Making Buzzcocks videos, stealing my mate's mum and dad's video camera and filming music videos with the dads cycling lycra on and sniffing each other's breath after we've been sick.
Right, we're just waiting for Buzzcocks to fucking turn up whenever he wants to. Is he going to fucking ring? He's never fucking early.
Hello, you little fucking daft spark cunt. How you doing?
You alright? How you doing, Buzzcocks?
Oh, alright.
Alright, some people said you mentioned that you were going to get wanting some questions to be sent to us, so we've had some sent in. So do you want us to read some of them to you or what?
I read them. Of course I want you to read them, you little fucking dialing man. Fucking get your fucking lips into gear.
Right, sorry. Right, here's one from BoyBath70.
Puff.
BoyBath! That sounds a bit fucking weird. Anyway. Right, here it is. I don't have a question for Uncle Buzzcocks, but it's my birthday on Monday, so would love a little birthday shout out.
Happy birthday, BoyBath, you little daft cunt. There you go. That is.
That's cool.
Can I go on?
Oh, no, we've got some more questions for you. Did Norm not fucking tell you what we're going to be doing?
No, he just said, he said, no one fucking cares about me and this little fucking drama cunt from Cromlington. Will you come in and bring a proper gangster flavour to the fucking podcast? I said, of course I will. Because I think his windows, you see. So when I go and run and do his windows, you seen his lass? His lass is fucking alright, like. He's kind of really his lass, like. I'll tell you that. That's why I knock 50 pence off doing his windows because his lass is fucking lethal.
Right, I'll tell you what, we'll ask the next question. This one's from Dickie. How many rooms has your tack den got now? And I know you're the godfather of Crammy and all that, but have you ever thought about taking your empire somewhere else?
I have got my empire everywhere in the UK, man, you little daft cunt. Who's he like? What's his name?
Dickie.
Oh, he sounds like a proper little soft cunt. I'll fucking york his fucking head all over the shop, coming up to me and saying, excuse me, are you finna put like for expanding your fucking empire all over Newcastle and all over the world and all that? Yeah, man, you little daft cunt. Yeah, Dickie, if you're listening to this, I'll tell you right now, my fucking empire goes all the way to the moon, man, you little mugshot. I've been fucking taking dolphin pills since I was about 4 years old. I fucking floated up into space and built a fucking tack then on fucking NASA's fucking space shuttle, you little daft cunt. I think I know how to fucking expand gangster kingdoms all over the country. What a little fucking dick he is. Yeah, I'm fucking gonna steal his fucking Sky card when I see him, like. Has he got his address on there?
It hasn't got his address, no.
You
It's just
fucking
got
want to
his,
find his address, like, because he's a little fucking cocky cunt, him, like, asking me if I want to expand me expansions. What
Well,
a
I'll tell you what.
Shanty, like? What do you say as well about that?
He says, how many rooms has your tack den got now?
Well, it's got fucking 24.
24 rooms. What are you doing most of them? Just smoke
There's
tack.
different resins for different rooms, pal. You've got to have a different room for different resins. I've got 24 different chillums and all in there. I was going to do MTV Cribs, but the cameramen all turned up, and I just like went in this. I went, woo, yeah, no one's allowed in my tack den unless they're off their face. So I just said, woo, and now you're our little fucking posh little drama cunts who've probably never even had a full 9-bar in your system. So I said, I'll calm you down a little bit, give each one of them a spliff of Long Benton Doom Turf. What ended up happening? I'm on the all fell out shit themselves. Had to fucking get the taxi to take them in. They couldn't even come in, man. They said, well, yeah, we've been to all the gangsters in like America and all that. I said, yeah, man, you haven't been to the fucking gangsters in Newcastle or in Cromlin, because if you had, you'd fucking nod about it.
Right. Well, we've got another one here for you. This one's from Stuart Thompson. Right. Actually, this is directed to me and Norm, which says, I understand Stephen Cox, a.k.a. Buzzcocks, is making an appearance on your podcast tonight. He comes across as a very intelligent, street-smart person, and I admire his approach to life. I hope I'm not too late, but I'd like to ask him what he thinks of the possibility there is more than one universe, a multiverse. Yeah, this is a confusing question, this, like. As a result, does he now feel he is the biggest gangster cosmologically? Given in multiverse, there is possibly more than one of him. Sorry, I'm not very good at reading.
Well, that's a question.
Did you understand any of that? On the Game Boy.
What?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, you've got... What was your question again?
He
You
said
said something about the universe, didn't you?
He
Yeah,
said,
he didn't see out of it is not fucking keep myself entertained. I'm not answering fucking questions about the universe, man. Who the fuck's that little dafty?
he said, is there more than one universe, a multiverse? As a result, does he now feel he is the biggest gangster cosmologically? Given the multiverse, there's possibly more than one of him.
Aye. I think, yeah. Have you ever done more than 14 lines on Tetris?
I think so.
That's fucking canny hard to do that, you know. Oh yeah, about the universe, aye. Yeah, that lad on there. He sounds like he's never had any fun in him, like. I reckon he's a virgin.
Could possibly, yeah.
I think we need to filter the I think we need to filter the questions so virgins can't send them in. Because, yeah, if you think I'm going to answer questions from little virgins like that, it's going to get a bit complicated because I'll just end up proper smashing the room up.
Right.
Fucking, yeah.
I'll tell you what, what about we'll skip on to the next one? Is that all right?
How then?
From Hammy.
Aye.
Who's faster, Sonic the Hedgehog or you on Wiz at the start of a sesh?
Me, easily. Easily. Yeah, there's one thing that I'll absolutely put money on is how fast I can run when I'm on Wiz. Yeah, man, I wouldn't. Yeah, man, on fucking. You can ask all the teachers in Parkside Middle School where I fucking learned how to be a gangster when I went through the school. Every single sports day, I used to go in, egg and spoon race, 2 lines of Wiz, fucking yorked it. Yeah, man, I was going like a fucking proper Sonic. But people were like, well, that's proper using cheating drugs and that. I says, yeah, man, if you say that to me again, I'll fucking pull your socks away, man, you little mugshot and spark it. Here's a woman. I'm fast as fuck on speed. And if you get, yeah, I'll tell you what, if you get me on a dance floor when I'm on speed, well, yeah, you fucking better get the fire extinguishers out, like, because the lasses are going, I'm proper Del Monte over that, like. You'll be fucking slipping all over the shop.
Right, very good. I've got another one from you from Andy Curry.
Oh, aye. Actually, didn't he win tennis? He's a tennis player, him, man. Yeah, man, he's a tennis player, Andy Curry.
Is he?
Ah, he's a tennis player. He's won Wimbledon, man.
That's Andy Murray.
Remember? No, man, it's Curry. Andy Curry. I fucking know. I know about tennis. You know how I'm... Yeah, man. I've been doing golf. I've been doing football and all the sports. And I know for a fact, tennis. Absolutely, because I've hit people with tennis rackets, so I think I know what I'm talking about. Right. He's fucking, I'm telling you, he's won Wimbledon. Actually, I think I might have sold him. No, he did, because I sold him a Slazenger tracksuit about 4 years ago. Actually, I think I left the joints worth in the pocket. That might be why he fucking won, man. What's his question anyway?
He says, here, who's better, bass generator or techno trance?
What a fucking daft cunt. Bass generator all the way. Who the techno trance off our lasses, man? Techno trance, aren't they the ones that do like all the proper like smooth rhythms? Where's bass generator on?
I don't know.
No, bass generator do the strict stuff, like. They're strict as fuck. They will absolutely boss your heating all over the shop.
Bass generator. I think bass generator are pretty... They were the ones that I used to sort of listen to when I was little and that. So.
You didn't listen to bass generator, pal. You probably listened to fucking like Peter Andre or something like that, man. You seen the fucking plate here, man.
Thanks very much, mate.
You look like you've never fucking cleaned a chillum your whole life.
Oh, right. Here's one from Jody Oz. And he says, how many lasses can you finger at once?
What, like all at once? Or like you're just in one, like...
At once? Aye.
10, easily. I've got 10 fingers, haven't I? Actually, you know what it is? I just thought. Yeah, I'd probably be torn a few of them. Put us doing for 20, pal.
Right,
actually, I reckon my big toes are kind of big leg. So I reckon that probably might be to get that into like... Get that into a couple of Fanny's that. I reckon 24. Aye. 24. Because what I'll do is I'll put a knuckle in one and then I'll curve my toe into the other one.
Here's another one from me. This is from Chris. This is Chris, K-R-I-S-S. That's how you spell his name in that one. It says, here, Buzzcocks, do you still have that lad's 2 front teeth who you sparked out on Spook Hill when you were with Hawley and Trekker?
No. I got them put into a sovereign that I gave to a lass. And then I got her pregnant, so I fucked her off.
All right. So it's just you end up having the kid?
I don't know. I never heard from her again. I haven't gone up a shill bottle anymore, so...
Sounds cool.
I just thought, yeah. So that's where the teeth are. They're in a lush sovereign ring that some lass has got up there. So, fuck that.
Sounds nice. Who did that for you then?
Oh, I don't know, pal. There was just some little fucking dafty who used to make rings up in the tune. And I just went in, I just walked in. I says, yeah, what can you lock into a ring? And he said, lock anything into a ring. I went, will you lock these teeth into one? He went, whoa, you're fucking weird. He like, and I says, yeah, man. I fucking sparked him on Spook Hill and fucking pure kept his teeth, locked them into a fucking engagement ring. And he went, what kind of engagement ring? Like, I went, a proper...
We're getting engaged to her.
Aye.
Fucking hell. I've got another one here for you. This one's from Elliot Henderson. Who would win against Buzzcocks or the 4 Metro Checkies?
What? The Metro keepers? The people on the Metros who think they're hard and think they can tell people what to do?
I guess.
That'll be me. I'm not being big-headed or anything, but I'm fucking hard for my age.
Yeah?
Always have been. I'm kind of hard for my age, like. UFC phoned me up and said, woo, would you like to come and train all the people in the UFC how to be harder? And I said, I don't know. I said, I might do that. I don't even know whether I can fit it in because I'm collecting golf balls, I'm doing windows, you know what I mean? It's hard for gangsters to get time out of their schedule to come and train on the whole of the UFC how to be harder, so I just ended up having to say no.
Right, well, thanks very much for coming on.
Do you want us to come back again?
Aye, if you can come back next week and answer some more questions if you're up to it.
Aye, I'll try.
Excellent. Well, thanks very much for coming on, and we'll hopefully see you next week.
Got me beer. How was that then? Any good?
I answered a few questions on that. I don't know.
Was he much crack?
He was, aye.
He does my windows, so I just said to him, like, yeah, we do this podcast thing. We're trying to get the ratings up in that, and you know, there's people who like your crack. I seen you got loads of followers on Twitter and that. Do you fancy jumping on and just answering a few questions? And he was like, he just kept looking like my wife. It's funny actually because he just comes to our house and he's meant to be cleaning the windows, and if Helen's in the back kitchen, I just look out and he's just on the lawn doing push-ups. It's totally weird. I don't know what he's trying to do. Like, well, I've got another question. It's from Joe, and he says, where do you see the podcast going? What's your ambition with it?
I want to make it a big podcast and do it full time. that's what my ambition is to do. Maybe go to just see how far it'll go and that. But I really enjoy doing it and that, and I'd love to spend like the main week of your job coming up with comedy stuff and improving it and making it I don't know, extra bits and just so I'd like to do it full time.
When this whole corona thing like blows over, what would be class would be to like hire a pub and do an episode of the podcast live in a pub, and we'll do the skits live as well, and obviously we'll have like all the bits and pieces that happen in the podcast, we'll do all of that but with an audience, and we'll try and like get questions from the audience and that. And if enough people are interested in it, it might be a really cool thing to do. And I'm sure a lot of people would be like interested to come along and have a few pints and just listen to us have a bit crack.
That'd be mint. I'd love to do it, me. Like, I think it's a class idea.
And it's a good way to celebrate the kind of end of the lockdown and stuff like that as well. So maybe that'll happen over the summer. And if you're interested, pipe up and let me know, because that's what we'll need to hear. We'll need to hear if people would like to do that. I'll tell you one thing that funny that happened to me is in the middle of the night, right? I like woke up and she was just burst out laughing. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And she was like, total like proper belly laughing. And I was like, what are you laughing for? And she was like, that's just the funniest things ever happened. And I was like, what? I was like, it's the middle of the night, what are you talking about? She was like, she was like, I was in a queue in a dream, and I got up to go to the toilet, and I was like, right. And she went, and then when I came back, went back to sleep, I was at the back of the queue. She went, I lost my space in the queue in my dream for going to the toilet.
Oh God, that's unbelievable.
And she said it just made her burst out laughing. I was like, are you fucking for real?
That's the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
You
went to sleep and woke up in the toilet. When you came back, you were back at the queue.
You were at the back of the queue. She said it was so surreal. She went, my mind has actually done that to me. My mind has actually put us at the back, because I'm in control of this, and it's put me at the back of the queue. So that was quite funny. Like, I was like, what the fuck? But she does have mad dreams. She'll just say stuff. She'll go, do you ever have like dreams where like you're like looking at the sky and like a massive dragon like lands and like starts like talking to you, and then like all of a sudden you've got a new pair of shoes on? And I just like look at that, I'm thinking, what? I have like the most mundane dreams. I'll have a dream that I'm just like buying some paper for a printer. That's literally the dream. It's fucking
rock and roll.
And I'm like buying paper, and I'm talking to someone in like Dixon's or wherever it is, and going, oh yeah, and they're going, do you want to like insure the paper for an extra £3 a month? And I'm like, no, it's all right. I'll just buy the paper, cheers pal, and then that's it. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh, that was an interesting dream.
I have a dream like I'm fucking Sam Beckett and I've quantum leaped inside of a horse, and I'm in the middle of the Grand National running it, and Al's on my back riding it.
Actually, that would be, you know, last week we talked about pawns.
Or quantum leap porn.
Imagine a quantum leap porn. That would be fucking excellent. That. At the start, he always like goes like, and he goes in, and then he's just getting spunk sprayed all over his face, and he goes, "Oh boy,
oh boy."
And he's got like fucking like 10 like fucking American footballers around him with their dicks out. It's one of their ones. That would be fucking absolutely class. You could just see that on Quantum Leap. So if you're the producers of Quantum Leap and you're thinking about bringing it back, there's your opening episode. That would be brilliant. People would be backing that all the way. Jumps into a porn star.
I'll tell you as a story I thought of the start of this week, actually, just because we're talking about the idea of inviting Buzzcocks on. I was thinking of Chavez, and I remember this. It was funny as fuck. Actually, my niece listens to this podcast, so I bought her a ticket for her birthday to go, or Christmas, I can't remember, to go and see Ed Sheeran last year, I think it was, at St James's. And we were walking to St James's, and we went past, you know, when you go, what's the way? Is it past the Hancock? Where the is the Hancock Museum still there? I don't know.
It's still there.
I don't know. You come round the corner and you turn and you look up and you start walking towards Eldon, the bus station. Mm-hmm. We turned round that corner, and there was me, Heather, and my niece Odette. And we see these fucking three Chavas, and they had nicked a fucking scissor lift, and they just went flying past her straight there round the corner. And I just looked at Heather. I was like, "What the fuck?" And then a fucking copper car came down like that and stopped next to her, and I just said, "Oh, you looking at?" You're looking for 3 lads on a scissor lift that just went round the corner. I don't want any idea what the fucking nicked it for.
Is a scissor lift one of them things that they like have in like shopping centres and they like expand up? So
Aye.
they can kind of like... There was 3 of them on it.
Aye. They were only about 13, 14.
That is fucking brilliant. That is a proper like that. I'm surprised they probably know Buzzcocks them because that's the type of thing he would do, isn't it? That's fucking brilliant. That. Well, we're getting close to the end of the podcast. Is there any questions that we're gonna ask each other then before we wrap this one up?
Can't fucking think of anything.
Right, I've got one. So, if you had to suck someone off,
Excellent.
who would you rather suck off? Freddy Krueger or Michael Jackson?
I can't believe I'm thinking about it. Freddy Krueger.
Imagine Freddy Krueger's burnt piece.
I'd rather do that than Michael Jackson's whatever dead one.
He'd have like a one, like a oh, he's not dead. He's alive at the time.
Oh,
But
brilliant! That makes it. Oh, get in, Michael Jackson's easily now.
I think Michael Jackson would have probably have like a little band round it. Didn't he used to put bands round everything, like his arm, his fingers?
You'd have a mask on it or something. You'd have like a mask on his bell end and a band and like a fucking elastoplast round it.
A little hat.
Aye. Yeah, I love Michael Jackson. Like I thought he's a mid artist. His music's fucking unbelievable, but I don't think I could.
Wouldn't want to suck him off.
I mean, I wouldn't want to suck him off. But hey, if you're talking about Freddy, I tell you what, it'll just be like eating a little pizza if it's anything like his face. You know what I mean?
Like eating a French bread pizza.
I like one of them baguette ones. Ooh, hello, squidgy.
Yeah.
1, 2, Freddy's coming in you.
Well, I feel like that's the perfect place to end that. Like, absolutely.
rough.
So, Adam, you can follow us on Facebook now.
You can follow her on Facebook. It's the Adam and Gnome podcast. Same with on Instagram. Adam_Gnome on Twitter. Write a review on Apple. Give her a star rating.
5 stars.
5 stars every time, please.
Yeah.
We're getting quite a lot of them actually. We think we've got 51 now.
Have we?
Yeah, it's 5-star
that's
ratings.
That's good. We need to get 100. That's what
100,
goal.
that's a
100
target.
5-star ratings. That's what we need to get. Well, it's been a pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed listening. Bye-bye.
Peace.